Man, what's up? What's happening? You already know who it is and what it is. It's your boy Q Walker, aka Nephew Q, host of the world's most dangerous sports show, Beyond the Game, here to continue on with my top 5 greatest players from every NBA franchise. Now, as you guys know, the NBA came out with a top 75 greatest players list, and I refuse to bore y'all, get on y'all nerves, and annoy y'all. We're coming out with a long video letting y'all know who I think the 75 greatest players are. So what I've decided to do is go to each individual franchise, name the top 5 greatest players in that franchise with one honorable mention. And today we are going on the Houston Rockets. When I put this list together, I started to realize, damn, the Houston Rockets have had the greatest collection of big men in the NBA, maybe other than the Los Angeles Lakers. But anyways, this list is littered with a lot of big men, so let's get right on into it with my honorable mention, and it leads right into the big man in my honorable mention. This guy right here comes from the University of Virginia. He helped lead the Houston Rockets to the NBA Finals, where they ultimately got beat by the Los Angeles Lakers. He came up with that improbable shot where they inbounded the ball, and he tapped it up with like 0.4 seconds, and it went in. But anyways, I'm talking about Ralph Sampson. Yes, Ralph Sampson played 5 seasons for the Houston Rockets while averaging 19 points per game, 10 rebounds, 1.9 blocks, and 49% from the field. He's a Hall of Fame member, but during his time with the Houston Rockets, he was a 4-time All-Star. He made the All-NBA team once. He was a member of the All-Rookie team while also winning the Rookie of the Year. And during the 84-85 season, he was the All-Star Game MVP. So Ralph Sampson comes in my honorable mention of all-time top 5 greatest Houston Rockets players of all time. Now, let's get in. Let's see and find out who actually made the list, the top 5 list. Now, this guy right here, he got traded to the Houston Rockets. He got paired up with another guy who was on my top 5 list, but they could never seem to put it together at the right time to make a deep playoff run because of injuries. Either one guy was injured or the other guy was injured, or they was injured at the same time. He played for the Houston Rockets for a brief moment, but during his brief moment with the Houston Rockets, he made a lot of highlight plays because this dude was, man, I'll just let the highlights speak for themselves. I'm talking about none other than Tracy McGrady. Yeah, Tracy McGrady, he spent 6 seasons with the Houston Rockets while averaging 22 points per game, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, while shooting 32% from the field and 42% from the field and 32% from the three-point line. During his time with the Houston Rockets, he made the All-NBA team 3 times while playing with them as well. Shout out to Tracy McGrady for coming in at number 5 in my all-time greatest Houston Rockets list. So let's get on with the get on. Like I mentioned earlier, the Houston Rockets have a lot of great history with big men. This guy that I'm about to bring to you right now is the international big man. You know what I'm saying? He came through at 7'5". He came in the NBA with a lot of great hype. He was the number 1 overall pick. He said he couldn't wait to play against Shaq in the NBA. I mean, he's known as the Great Wall. If you don't know who I'm talking about right now, I'm talking about none other than Yao Ming. Yes, Yao Ming comes in my number 4. Like I mentioned earlier, man, if him and Tracy McGrady could only stay healthy at the same time, who knows how deep their NBA playoff runs would go, and ultimately if they would have won the title, we don't know. But anyway, Yao Ming played his whole entire NBA career with the Houston Rockets while making the Hall of Fame. He was an 8-time All-Star. He made the All-NBA team 5 times while also making the All-Rookie team. Now, during his time with the Houston Rockets, he averaged 19 points per game, a little over 9 rebounds a game, while shooting 52% from the field and also getting 1.9 blocks per game, so a little under 2 blocks per game. So Yao Ming comes in at my number 4 greatest Houston Rockets players of all time. So continuing on with the Houston Rockets players, like I mentioned, they just have a lineage of big men. Pretty much my top 5 is 90% of big men. But anyways, this guy right here, he played, if you don't know who I'm talking about with this guy, make sure you Google his history and you will find out the reason why a lot of these high school guys are able to play in the NBA is because of this guy right here. I mean, he challenged the NBA waters and came straight from high school. I mean, this dude right here, if you don't know who I'm talking about Moses Malone. Moses Malone played 6 seasons for the Houston Rockets, and during his time with the Houston Rockets. Check out what he did. He averaged 24 points a game, 15 rebounds per game, while shooting 51% from the field, and he actually averaged 1.5 blocks. But during his time with the Houston Rockets, he was an NBA Most Valuable Player, and he made the All-NBA team 4 times while playing for the Houston Rockets during his 6th season. So Moses Malone comes in at my number 3 trade ball of Houston Rockets players. Now, let's get into my top 2. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here, his step back move has become iconic in the NBA, regardless if you like it or not. When he started doing it, people didn't know what it was. Was it a travel? Is it not a travel? People still to this day don't know if it's a travel or not. But you can see the step back all across the NBA. You can see it in college. You can even see it in high school kids doing his step back move now. He helped popularize the Euro step. Now, don't get it twisted. Manu Ginobili came through and was, doing the Euro step. Dwayne Wade was doing the Euro step. But I feel like this guy helped popularize it and make it and put it on a more broad spectrum for the NBA to see. If you don't know who I'm talking about right now, this guy got traded from the Oklahoma City Thunder to the Houston Rockets, and nobody foreseen what was about to happen to his career. I'm talking about the bearded one, James Harden. Now, James Harden played 9 seasons for the Houston Rockets while averaging 29 points per game, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, while shooting 36% from three-point line and 44% from the field. Now, during his time with the Houston Rockets, he made the All-Star team 8 times. He was a 3-time scoring champ. He led the league in assists during 2016 through 2017 season, and also was the NBA MVP during the 2017-2018 season. And like I mentioned, he made the All-NBA team 7 times while playing with the Houston Rockets. So the bearded one comes in at my number 2 greatest Houston Rockets players of all time. And the number 1 player, you should already know who it is by now. This guy is credited with having some of the best footwork, if not the best footwork the NBA has ever seen. If you want to know how to get on the block, on the post, and know how to get the footwork down pat, this is the guy who people go to. Kobe's went to him. LeBron has went to him. A plethora of NBA players have went to this guy because they credit him with having some of the best footwork, not only just for a big man, but just in general, period. I'm talking about Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon. Hakeem the Dream, he played 17 seasons for the Houston Rockets, while averaging 22 points per game, 3.2 blocks, 11 rebounds, and for a big man, he had very exceptional touch while shooting 71% from the free throw line and 51% from the field. Hakeem Olajuwon, of course, is a Hall of Fame member, 12-time All-Star, 2-time rebounding champ, 3-time block champ, 2-time NBA champ, 12-time All-NBA member. He made the All-Defensive team 9 times. He was on the All-Rookie team while getting the Defensive Player of the Year twice in back-to-back seasons. Like I mentioned earlier, he's an NBA Finals MVP twice. He won the NBA MVP and is a member of the NBA 75 Greatest Players of All Time. As you can see in the highlights below, as he just continues to abuse every NBA player on the block and on the post. So Hakeem Olajuwon comes in as my greatest Houston Rockets player of all time. I mean, just look at some of these highlights, bro. Look at what he's doing, man. The footwork is just immaculate. It's impeccable, as they would say. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. Oh, look at the spin move on Patrick Ewing. Oh, my God. Oh, look at him. Oh, got him. Hit him with the get down. But anyway, I could sit here and watch Hakeem Olajuwon do work in the post all day long. Look at him. Get him. Got him. Give me that. Look at that, man. That's just ridiculous that a 7'1" man could move his feet like that. But anyways, enough with Hakeem Olajuwon. Thank you guys for tuning in to another top 5 list of greatest NBA players with the Houston Rockets. And as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you can't sit down and watch the YouTube channel, you can always download the Beyond the Game app on your Amazon Fire Stick. If you can't sit down and watch us in the confines of your home on your Fire Stick, you can always listen to us on all major podcast streaming platforms. And also, we are on your hip now. We are everywhere you go because everybody has their phones with them. So you can also download the Beyond the Game app on your Android or iPhone by typing in in KY Beyond the Game in the search bar so you can get notifications every single time a show drops. And everybody has their phone on them at all times, so therefore you can check out Beyond the Game content at all times by downloading the app. But anyways, I'm getting ready to get on up out of here. Thank you for tuning in again, and as always, I want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama, and I'm about this thing, y'all. Peace.